Library and Archives Canada is one of the key cultural institutions in Canada, along with museums and art galleries. It's particularly distinctive because it's the only Canadian institution that has the responsibility to broadly collect Canada's national heritage. It's where you find records that speak to Canada's origins, so records of all groups that came to Canada, people who were here when Canada was first founded, people who have come to Canada. It also has a responsibility for preserving that information, unlike other cultural institutions. And it has a responsibility to make that information available to the public, unlike other institutions. So it hits three very important functions: recording, preserving, and making accessible. Library and Archives Canada has been a place where, for many, many years, people have gone to do things as personal as check their family history. So they get their genealogy, they get help in learning how to do genealogical research, they look through things like ship's logs and figure out where their family came from and trace the whole story of their family history. In a larger sense, Library and Archives Canada provides that for every constituency group in Canada. The record may be different than a ship's log, but the record is still there. There are a series of changes that are taking place. The first is that because there were budgetary problems, Library and Archives Canada suspended, or the management of Library and Archives Canada suspended its acquisitions program. The acquisition program makes sure that you get materials written by Canadians, about Canadians, produced in Canada and elsewhere in the world, so it helps to create a cultural picture. This program has been suspended and it's not clear that it's been brought back, so we're losing one part of our bibliographic record. The other changes that are taking place are a modernization scheme, and in this modernization scheme they're talking about actually disbanding all kinds of collections and distributing them across the country, which means that people will lose access to records, for example, of parliamentarians. We know that those records are being offered to local archives. So they're restricting their acquisitions, not acquiring material, and what it is they have, they're looking to disperse across the country. So it's being broken apart in very significant ways. CAUT is partnering with associations across the country to alert people to what's going on at Library and Archives Canada, to make people aware that this key cultural institution is abrogating its responsibility to acquire, preserve, and provide access to cultural heritage. That Library and Archives Canada in its modernization scheme is deviating from its past practice, and working with these associations to spread the message broadly across Canada, to raise the profile so that people understand that once these records are gone, it will in fact affect the picture that people have of Canada and will affect the research that people can do into Canada's history, creating problems for figuring out how Canada is going to go forward.